Well, 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 look who's coming to the ring with Mark Henry. Everyone's favorite loudmouth, Mr. Kennedy.
You don't think this has anything to do with Mr. Kennedy's little, what do you call it, altercation with Mark Henry's opponent last week, do you?
I think it's got everything to do with that, Taz. Kennedy's up to something, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what it is.
You think you know me?
Hey, what's Kennedy doing?
Look, he's grabbing the mic. Shut up!
Now making his way to the ring is the latest victim of the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. A man who deserves everything he's about to get tonight. A superstar who, as it turns out, isn't much of a star at all. I give you, what's his name? What's his name?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm Michael Cole here from Taz at ringside.
Man, you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar, I'm telling you. There's a whole lot of cheeseheads in the house tonight.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started. I don't use the word evil lightly. That's all that comes to mind when I look at Mark Henry and the delight he takes in destroying his fellow superstars.
Evil's just a word that low-lander, low-life losers like you, and you're also a two-face, use to describe people who do whatever it takes to win. I think Mark Henry would take that as a compliment, even from a goof like you. These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're going to win a match if you're out of gas 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to outlast their opponent. What a submission maneuver. You must be familiar with this one, Taz.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of it, Cole. That's the truth. And let me tell you, it's better to give than receive. Man, you just can't put his opponent look like a punk with that counter. And there's the counter, Cole.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I got no idea how this is gonna end up.
Neither do I, Taz, and I think it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
No doubt, Cole. I've seen superstars get a huge advantage over their opponents and still lose the match because they got sloppy.
Anything can happen in WWE. An entire match can turn on one or two big moves.
And that's why you can't take your eyes off the action for 1 second. You never know when something huge is going to go down. You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got the best seats in the house.
No doubt, front and center. We couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine. I'm perfectly happy staying right where I am.
That was like 2.5, Cole. Well, I'll tell you this much. There ain't no doubt in my mind that Mark Henry really is the world's Strongest Man. The power of this guy is purely awesome.
It's downright scary is what it is, Taz. We've seen Mark Henry tear apart superstar after superstar, and I hope we're not about to see more of the same here tonight.
Everyone who gets in the ring with Mark Henry knows exactly what to expect. And if they're dumb enough to do it, then that's their problem. Oh man, these fans are fired up now.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, Cole. And wow, now that one's not in the rule book. But you know what they say, it's not a crime if you don't get caught.
I don't believe it. How could the referee have missed that?
Here's the reversal, Cole.
Mark Henry is one of the most terrifying individuals to set foot in a dump. What's he up to now?
Oh, man, world's strongest slam. That was vicious. These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it.
You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect superstars who stick within the rules and show some sportsmanship in the ring.
You gotta understand, Cole, I know it ain't exactly kosher, but you're putting your body on the line in there. You gotta do whatever it takes to protect yourself and pick up the win.
Kaz, you're talking about two different things. Going outside the rules in the name of self-defense is one thing, but cheating to steal a victory and enhance your own career is something completely different.
When you see this level of competition, Cole, there is no doubt that Smackdown's just head and shoulders better than Raw.
I couldn't agree more, Taz. Raw has some incredible superstars, no question about it. But they just can't compete with Smackdown's finest.
Come on, Cole. I know you're just trying to be diplomatic, but you can't seriously sit there and say that there's anyone on the Raw roster you'd want to have here on SmackDown. Watch out, young lady! Here it comes!
The world's strongest slam! Talk about power!
This guy might not have enough to kick out.
Big train rolling down the line makes me lonely. Sometimes I wish to ride away. Sometimes I want to ride away.
Can you believe this? Mr. Kennedy's organizing a mugging of Mark Henry's opponent.
What is Kennedy doing? He's calling for the timekeeper's bell.
Oh my God! Kennedy almost took his head off!
That's my boy, you understand? You mess with Kennedy, you're messing with me.
Now do you see? Now do you see what happens when you disrespect me? Now do you realize that you are insignificant next to Mr. Kennedy? Mr.
Moments, simply killing time, is to give up on your Ken Kennedy's attack last week. I know you probably want a piece of Mr. Kennedy, but I'm not sending you out there without some backup because I don't want you to take any chances with your neck and throat injuries. So tonight, you and your partner are going to team up to take on Kennedy and Mark Henry in a tag team match. Go get 'em, player, and good luck.
My life for you's been less than kind. So take a number, stand in line. We've all been sorry, we've all been hurt, but how we survive is what makes us who we are. All smiles and sunshine, a perfect world on a perfect day. Everything always works out. I have never felt so great. All smiles and sunshine, a perfect world on a perfect day. Everything always works out. I have never felt so
Mr.
You think you know me.
Kennedy's going for the mic. Shh, listen to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a good look at the two men making their way to the ring because this will be the last time you see them in one piece. One of them is obviously too stubborn to quit, and the other one is too stupid to mind his own business. Either way, they're about to get an education from Mr. Kennedy! Kennedy!
I know that you come to will my shame, and
Good evening and welcome to Miami, Florida. Michael Cole and Taz at ringside for an unbelievable evening of Smackdown action.
Hey, Cole, this Miami crowd is all fired up, baby. They can't wait for the show to start, and neither can I. And I'll tell you what, when this bad boy ends, I'm going to South Beach.
That makes two of us, Taz, and I know the entire Smackdown locker room feels the same way. So what are we waiting for? Nice reversal. I don't think there's a superstar on the roster with as much drive and determination as Matt Hardy, and these fans certainly react to that.
Yeah, well, they might react even better to a win every now and then, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, excuse me, Taz, but I didn't hear a bell. The match is still going on last I checked.
Oh, man, there's the tag.
I don't use the word evil lightly. That's all that comes to mind when I look at Mark Henry and the delight he takes in destroying his fellow superstars.
Evil's just a word that you know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
Oh, jeez, look at this. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum, Taz.
Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
Well, it looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here. That might not be such a good move in my opinion.
Oh, come on, you just can't keep going non-stop. That's a good way to wear yourself out and make a critical mistake.
No, but you can't give the opponent any time to recover either. You gotta stay on him and wear him down.
But what about picking your spot? If you try to execute a badly timed move just because you want to stay on offense, that could have a disastrous result.
I'll tell you what, bro. Let me talk about what it's like to be in a match like this, and you can cover what it's like to whiten your teeth. Deal?
Sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah, and thousands of paying customers can't be wrong. Man, this match is so good, it's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Well, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a podcast partner either.
You know what you should do, Girl Pants? You should team up with Jerry Lawler, and it could be the king and queen on commentary.
Real funny, Taz. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you are.
I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight, pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it kind of took me by surprise, Cole, and that don't happen too often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you, Cole, like they say, anything can happen.
Okay, G's up, little scrap. I got money, be a me, money in the bank. See you,
I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink.
Yo, Mark Henry.
And sunshine, a perfect world on a perfect day. Everything always works out. I have never felt so great. All smiles and sunshine, a perfect world on a perfect day.
Mr. Kennedy's here after all, Cole. But look at him. He looks to be kind of in rough shape.
I've got this, Ken. I'll do it.
Give me the damn mic. Last week, I was the victim of an assault. Oh. Well, let me tell you, the man who did this is going to pay tonight.
That's right. He's gonna pay. Mark Henry's gonna...
Nobody does that to me. Nobody does that to
Mr. Henry!
Look, you idiot! Just stand there and be quiet like the Neanderthal that you are. And when it's time for you to do something, I'll tell you.
This table match didn't even start yet, and we already see...
Red eyes, just keep my heart beating.
You think you know me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside.
Man, you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar, I'm telling you. There's a whole lot of cheeseheads in the house tonight.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started.
Nice quick counter. And there's the counter, Cole. Well, I'll tell you this much. There ain't no doubt in my mind that Mark Henry really is the world's strongest man. The power of this guy is purely awesome.
It's downright scary is what it is, Taz. We've seen Mark Henry tear apart superstar after superstar, and I hope we're not about to see more of the same here tonight.
Everyone who gets in the ring with Mark Henry knows exactly what to expect. And if they're dumb enough to do it, then that's their problem. I'll tell you what right now, I love watching Mark Henry get it done in the ring. There ain't another guy in that locker room who can pick apart an opponent like Mark Henry.
You say that like it's a good thing, Taz. Personally, I wish Henry would focus more on winning matches and less on ending careers.
Oh man, these fans are fired up now.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Look, Cole, this ain't ballet. You gotta go in there every single match and be willing to do whatever it takes. You'd know that if you actually stepped in between the ropes.
I don't have to have been in a match to realize that jeopardizing my future for the sake of one match is incredibly short-sighted.
Cole, I swear, I'm gonna replace you with someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Maybe Carlito. He might be a little tough to understand sometimes, but at least he knows what it's like to wrestle a match.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You know, you should let me train you. You could be Cruiserweight champion in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to war. I train them to be WWE superstars.
Well, thanks but no thanks, partner. I think I'll stick to announcing for now. I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor of freedom of expression. He's been looking for that all match, Cole, and now he's taking advantage.
Come on, partner. Taking advantage is a rather generous way to put it. He's cheating, plain and simple.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, Cole. But if you're gonna be snippy, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago. Look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad news for these fans. He don't give a damn what you think. You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect superstars who stick within the rules and show some sportsmanship in the ring. My God, how is a human body supposed to withstand that kind of impact?
Well, if you keep getting hit like that, you don't. Plain and simple. Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you can cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity.
He just broke his opponent in half at the table.
He might break the table in half on his opponent. A textbook reversal. Can he follow up? And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, and you can't let that break your focus. But that's easier said than done. I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight. Pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I've got to admit, it kind of took me by surprise, Cole. That don't happen too often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We've both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you, Cole, like they say, anything can happen here in the WWE. These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it.
There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore these fans. There's the reversal, Cole.
Mark Henry is one of the most terrifying individuals to set foot in a WWE ring. And I think it's only a matter of time before he seriously injures someone.
And that's supposed to be a bad thing? Come on, Mikey! How many times am I supposed to tell you this? This ain't ballet.
No one's saying that it is, Taz, but Mark Henry takes everything to new heights of viciousness.
Well, that's one of the perks of being the world's strongest man.
I'll never understand why Mark Henry resorts to the brutal tactics he uses against his opponents. He's already the world's strongest man. What's he got left to prove?
Well, I guess like most women, you're sweet. Every time Mark Henry gets a...
Okay, AK. G's up. Little scrap. I got money. Be a me. Money in the bank. See you,
I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank.
I'ma get that dough and fuck with them. Some ladies that know me know strap is a pro. Fill up at the bar, go get a massage. Find me a couple, we can make it a menage. You be trying hard, but you don't start. You be doing this, it's gon' get you to the mall. I go get that paper, I make a watch. I be pulling out knots that can buy me a yacht. Hold on, baby, please go get on your knees. If you don't do it for me, then do
What's
it.
up, player? Looks like we've got some crazy stuff going on here tonight. Listen, during your tables match, Ken Kennedy came in.
I got extra heat, got a bank account with a large amount. If a nigga wanna talk, we can let it bounce. Take it outside, falling back. Killers sprint up in the club, ballin' with a bigger
I
stack.
got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what
Break
you
it,
drank. I got
ay.
money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what
Break
you
it,
drank.
ayy.
Two-step with me, let me show you how it go. The Marcelago, let me show you how it roll. I got a Bentley that I only drove one time. 50 bought it for me, shorty, but it's still mine. My Chevy clean and the paint look like lemon lime. You wanna shine, it ain't hard, just get on your grind. We keep a bankroll, wallet full of credit cards, cup full of Cristal, box full of cigars. Dirty South tatted on my back, I'm country. She said she like the way I talk. These boys love me, the club going crazy, we throwing out stacks. G-Units out here, tell the DJ bring it back. See, I'm A-Town stomping in the A-Town hat, but I'm reppin' Tennessee like my homie Project Pat. It ain't bout where you from, homeboys, where you at. Scrappy beat me on the dice, yeah, it's cool, I'll be back cause I got
money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what
Break
you
it,
drank. I got
ayy.
money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Hey,
Shout out what
break
you
it,
drank.
ayy. Filthy, got me. Lil John, got me. I got a bigger squad. How you gon' stop me? Y'all need to watch me rise to the top. My ish gon' sell, your ish gon' flop. Lil John, got me. Filthy, got me. I got a bigger family. How you gon' stop me? Y'all need to watch me rise to the top. My ish gon' sell, your ish gon' flop.
I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drank. I got money in the bank.
Step up, bring it.
You think you know me.
I'll tell you what right now, I love watching Mark Henry get it done in the ring. There ain't another guy in that locker room who can pick apart an opponent like Mark Henry.
You say that like it's a good thing, Taz. Personally, I wish...
He smells blood in the water, Cole. He's going straight for the submission.
And this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match. He was one step ahead on that one.
These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition. It's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion.
You might be right, Taz. I think it would be extremely entertaining to listen to you try to call a match all by yourself.
Mr. Kennedy's my kind of guy. He'll talk smack right to your face, and he can back it up with his body in that ring.
He certainly isn't shy about it. I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
That's the bottom line, Cole. If you're not doing everything you can to win, he's going for the submission.
And he might get it. He's got that hold locked in.
That was a textbook reversal. There's not a superstar.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out. But now I have no idea how this is gonna end up.
Neither do I, Taz. And I think it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
No doubt, Cole. I've seen superstars get a huge advantage over their opponents and still lose the match because they got sloppy.
Anything can happen in WWE. An entire match can turn on one or two big moves. And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
Not kidding, Cole. It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of combustible elements into a match, you're guaranteed to get a hell of a show.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. The WWE fans ain't exactly known for keeping their opinions to themselves.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, Cole. An injured superstar's like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
You got that right, Cole. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponent think they're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get.
Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity radiating off these superstars, Taz. I don't think anything could be more obvious.
Spoken like a guy who's never been in yet, Cole. Trust me, when it comes down to you or them, it's a whole different level of intensity.
I'll have to take your word for it, Taz. I honestly can't imagine a more electric atmosphere than the one in this arena right now. I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole. Just because it's called a finisher doesn't mean it always ends the match.
You sound like you're speaking from experience here, Taz.
Of course not. Whenever I locked into Taz's mission, that was it. End of story. It was over.
I think you're developing a selective memory in your old age, partner. It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah, and thousands of paying customers can't be wrong. them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to see that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it.
When you see this level of competition, Cole, there is no doubt that SmackDown's just head and shoulders better than Raw.
I couldn't agree more, Taz. Raw has some incredible superstars, no question about it. But they just can't compete with SmackDown's finest.
Come on, Cole. I know you're just trying to be diplomatic, but you can't seriously sit... Look at this. It's an old school move like that.
A sharp chop to the chest like that can knock the wind right out of you.
These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're gonna win a match if you're out again.
I think he's through playing around.
That's an understatement, Cole. What a wicked execution.
He's got him covered. He wasted no time going for that pin.
Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can. They see everything, and they'll let you know about it. I'll never understand why Mark Henry resorts to the brutal tactics he uses against his opponents.
Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to tap out right here.
I've been looking forward to this match all night long.
So have I. It's certainly been one of the most anticipated matchups in recent weeks.
And usually when you have that kind of hype, it's really tough.
And here's the cover.
Train rolling down the line makes me lonely. Sometimes I wish to ride away. Sometimes